Hey, it's Eric Osnes with Homebridge Financial giving my weekly update on mortgage rates and the markets for the week ending February 12th, 2022. It was a rough week in the financial markets with both the stocks and bonds taking a hit this week. The week already started shaky, and then on Thursday, Fed Chairman Jim Bullard made a hawkish speech stating he would like to see the Fed hike rates 100 basis points, that's 1%, by July, even hinting that hikes could occur in between Fed meetings. Historically, the Fed only adjusts rates during their FOMC meetings, open market committee meetings, which occur about every 6 weeks. The mere mention of a mid meeting hike, along with the possibility of a half a point increase in March, typically increases are 1/4% increments, that spooked both the bond and the stock markets. The purpose of Fed hikes is to calm inflation by slowing the growth of the economy. The consumer price index hit 7.5% for the month of January. That's the highest number since 1982. So a Fed hike is long overdue. Increasing rates slows spending and calms inflation, but hike too much or too fast, and we go into a recession. And is the economy really growing as fast as is being reported? Last week, I talked about an incredibly strong jobs report where the Bureau of Labor Statistics announced 467,000 jobs created for the month of January. But a Wall Street Journal editorial a few days later concluded that those numbers were skewed by major Labor Department revisions to the US population and employment numbers. Without those revisions, the jobs numbers would have actually declined, not increased. The Fed is in a precarious position of trying to control inflation without severely slowing the economy. They are walking a tightrope, or is it a noose? Now, here's the national average of mortgage rates. For the first time since May 2019, we did break through the 4% mark. Conventional 30-year fixed rates 4.02%, up from 3.85 last week. 15-year fixed rates 3.29, up from 3.12% last week. FHA and VA fixed rates 3.63%, up from 3.5% last week. And jumbo 30-year fixed rates still good, 3.5%, up from 3.42% last week. Now, time for some tough love. Rates are not going to go down anytime soon. There, I said it. If you've been holding off your purchase or your refinance, waiting for that to happen, you're probably in for a long wait. Rates will go down at some point in the future. They follow the economy, but we're in an upcycle now, and that has to play out before we see any significant drop in rates. And same thing for home prices. We're in a national shortage. There's about 4 million short housing units nationwide. It's going to take years before inventory levels can catch up with the demand. So house prices are going to keep increasing. So let's look at the cost of waiting. I've attached in my printed material a graph showing the differences in payments if you compare interest rates. And just to kind of summarize that, if you had a $2,500 monthly mortgage payment, not including taxes and insurance, at 3%, you'd have a buying power of about $590,000. At 4%, that number drops almost $69,000 to $523,000. So the cost of waiting is significant. As rates go up, you lose buying power. And so it's just really important to bear that in mind if you're considering waiting or holding off that purchase, because it could be costly. And, we're going to see house prices continue to rise. We're going to see interest rates continue to rise for a while. So let's take what we can get at this point, because it might get a little bit worse before it gets better down the road. I'm always available to answer your questions and your individual financial story problems. Just reach out. I'll give you the best advice that I possibly can. You can always reach me at 206-915-ERIC, 206-915-3742. Or you can also email me, Eric at ericismybanker.com. Look for me on social media. Just look up ericismybanker.com. Or listen to our weekly radio show on AM 1590, Saturdays at 2, Sundays at 3, and always on podcast. Hope you all have a great weekend. Talk to you next week.